Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another LEGO Train MOC showcase video. This is a Southern Railed Bulleid Q1. Now this was a locomotive that was not on the list of things to build, but it was also one of those ones that I thought, you know what, now that I've seen this, I could definitely build that. It's small, kind of simple. The boiler was definitely something to kind of work around, but we'll get to that in due time. And the amazing thing about this is also a Thomas character. This is the train that's the character Neville was based on. If you're going, who's Neville? Well, it was another one of those characters that only appeared in one episode and then disappeared afterwards. The character is described as a gentlemanly kind of character, which is why it says Gentlemanly Q1 in the title. But yeah, this is actually quite a fascinating build. Compared to the real-life engine, it's a bit odd to try and compare the two. The real-life version of this was described as an ugly duckling and a bunch of other unpleasant nicknames. The one that I like the most is the telescopic bread loaf on wheels. I meant to say loaf of bread there, I kind of botched it, but you know what I mean. It's actually quite fascinating to build this out of Lego though, because obviously you have to try and get that shape correct, and it's just, it's fascinating. It really is fascinating. One thing I want to quickly point out with the boiler, I want to get this out of the way. The cab is 6 studs, this area is 5 studs, and this section here is 4 studs wide. The original plan was to use this sort of build technique. So if I hold it downwards like this, you can see that the plates on the side are kind of going in a little bit. That was the original idea, and that very nearly worked. Building it upwards like this, completely fine. But going along the side, it was so difficult to try and balance all of these to kind of line up, because these two bricks on the outsides here are different to the brick that's in the middle, and I got to the point where I was nearly finished, but I never raged so much at building a train before. So sadly, it's just like this now. So yeah, I actually need to kind of backstep a bit. I kind of sped ahead a little bit. So a bit of trivia about the Q1, because this is also really cool. This was made during World War II, and it was made as a way of saying we need a strong locomotive that's made out of, you know, as minimal parts as possible and can be fixed really easily. And this was the end result. And because it's an 060, it's the most powerful 060 on British rails ever. That is amazing! I mean, something as minuscule and as undetailed and as ugly as this is really strong, and I thought, you know what, that's truly amazing. Now, these were all built in just black. I mean, there's nothing pretty about this. It was all done during the war, or Second World War to be precise. So I thought, right, I want to try and build this out of just black bricks. If I need to get a few other bricks, obviously like the whistle. Actually, those aren't the whistles, those are the safety valves. The whistle was supposed to be here, but it's such a tiny whistle. If I put a stud there, it looks out of place. Started there again, apologies. But yes, that is what that's supposed to be. But 99% of this is black, which is why I've got the torch on for the camera. So you should be able to see this a lot easier. The buffers are black as well. They're not supposed to be, but I was looking at a black and white picture when I was making this, and I thought, you know what, let's keep that. That kind of stands out, and I really do like that. So the details of the boiler were mentioned earlier, and this works a lot better. I've been able to line up all of the 5 stud wide details with the 6 and 4 wide parts. And yeah, it's kind of simple really. Using this piston rod system for the drive wheels is a reliable one, because this is actually 11 studs long, not 9, so I can't use that Technic bar. I don't have any that are 11 long. I made a few Bricklink orders recently, and I didn't think to look for any of those 11 wide bars. So my loss. But at the same time, I kind of got more of these, because these do actually look a lot better. But yeah, let's just move on. Since these are actually detached, let's turn this around and show you how empty the cab is. Look at that. How awful is that? There's 2 sort of hand pincher pieces there. I don't know what you want to call that. But I plan to get 2 shovels just to put them there to kind of fill the space. One thing I do like, if I kind of hold this here, so not this window piece, but this window piece. If I turn it back this way again, it is really difficult to see. You can tell there are 2 window pieces on the side, but if I turn it this way, that little exposed area there is absolutely perfect and just really precise in comparison to the real model. And I love how that's turned out. I'm gonna love how this whole thing turned out, because again, this was quite difficult to try and get right, and obviously looking at the real model itself, it's like, how do I capture all this detail on the boiler? I kind of just built it around there. But yeah, all in all, the boiler's pretty good. And I think I'm getting better at tenders again. I've made some engines that have bad tenders, but some engines have some really good ones. This is a tender that I am proud of. I've also been able to use these sticker printed pieces. These are those 4-stud long 3-brick tool kind of panel bricks, whatever you want to call them. And these are from, the ones with the stickers at least, are from the 2010 Red City passenger train set. And yeah, I just never took the stickers off, and I thought I'd put them on here, bring it to life a little bit more. Details along the top are quite simple, again because this is a simple locomotive. But capturing all of that was actually a bit of trial and error as well, trying to get the height correct, trying to get all the kind of details correct, and again, for what it is, it's actually pretty good. I've made a pretty good tender here, or at least, you know, compared to the tenders that I normally make. Try and get the light on there just so you can see a little bit more. These ladders are not actually correct. If anything, this should be just for this one stud here. It shouldn't go out to the second stud. But because this is a actual piece, I thought, you know what? Artistic licensing, I think the term is, and I can just use that there. So what I'll try and do is actually, I'm going to try and put the two back together again. This isn't going to go well. You know what? Let me do this live. So this is how I actually connect my trains. I don't know if I've ever... I'm pretty sure I've shown you this so many times. But that's how I connect them. With these special 3-stud long pieces and the Technic bars. Just connecting them all together, and it's one piece. There we go. And it works like a charm. It's very smooth. Like, I don't remember ever building a train where the drive wheels move this smoothly. Genuinely, it's amazing. And this train also looks amazing, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm glad to have this on my railway. Another Thomas character as well, so in the Thomas characters in action video you can see this engine. And yeah, that is pretty much everything. It's a simple train, simple build, well, except for this bit, but yeah. Not actually that common a build as well. I mean, I've looked online, and only a few people have really built this. Now to kind of play with it some more, I suppose, off camera. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.